Welcome to musicmoveit.com. My name is Torio, and today I want to talk about promoting your lead single. Singles. It is a singles-driven market. By that, I mean that a lot of artists are just releasing singles and not full albums. It's not always the case. There's still full albums getting put out, but some people just don't. I think they're just trying to get a buzz going by just releasing singles, see what hits, see what doesn't. Once they get a certain amount popular, then they release a full album. But I want to talk about the formula of releasing singles to promote your album. Now, generally what record labels would do is they'd release your lead single before the album even comes out. They'd push that, send it to radio, college radio, shoot a video, all that good stuff. And then once that gets some momentum going, they release your album because the single creates a buzz and it gets everyone hyped up for your full album. Then you still let the first single go a little bit. A lot of times they'd have someone remix it, like a DJ would remix it, or they'd remix it and have other artists jump on the song just to get some longevity out of the lead single. Then once the lead single died down, they'd pick another single from the song as your second single. And then they'd do the same thing, wash and repeat, same formula. Sometimes they would do 3 or 4 singles, depending on how big the album got and how popular it got. And they'd shoot videos for all of them, all that good stuff. Now, some of you may be like, now why should I just put out a single when the whole album is there? Why not just promote the full album constantly and all that good stuff? Well, think about it like this. If you focus on just one single that you release and they send it to radio, you do the shows, when you do interviews, you promote the album along with it. So you could say, yeah, such and such is my new single from my album blank. And then people will know, oh, his single is from his full album, I want to go check it out. So you just focus on one thing, or the second single when it comes out. You just push the hell out of that. So people love it, it gets stuck in their head, then they'll go and check out the full album. Now, I know it's a lot different now these days with streaming. Of course, the formula can still work. You can release just a single for streaming sites, and then you could release the full album after that. Or a lot of people just release the full album all at once. But you could still pick one single to push, because that way, when people start finding out about you, they'll be like, oh, I love that song. I wonder what album it's off of. And then they'll find out, then they can go to the streaming service, listen to that single, and they'll listen to the other songs in your catalog on the streaming service, the rest of your album or whatever. And as you know, we as artists and bands, we get paid per stream. So it's not such a bad thing. But if you stick with that formula, it can really help you out. I remember a long time ago buying Salt and Pepper. Their album was called Black's Magic, I believe. And I bought it when it first came out. This was like in the early 90s or late 80s. Bought it when it first came out. It was great, and I remember a year later, they were still releasing and pushing singles off of that album. And I remember a year later hearing this song on the radio. They're like, yeah, the new song by Salt and Pepper. And I remember thinking in my head, like, that's not a new song. That album's like a year old. But that's just the way they do it, because you could keep releasing singles to get hype around the album again. You keep it going, and that's how you sell records. But it is slightly different, like I said, with the streaming stuff going on now and downloads. But the formula works, and it always will. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I have a lot of videos, and I'm sure one or a bunch of them can answer questions you have about music business. And don't forget, Send Me Music Fridays I started, and I review 10 artists and bands, one song of theirs, short review, and I do it every Friday. If you want to send your song to get mentioned on Send Me Music Friday, look in the description below, and there are details on what to do, where to send it, and what info I need from you. And also, don't forget, I'm pretty much going in order with this. So if you have sent a song in to the email address and you're wondering why you haven't heard anything yet, it's because it might take a little bit of time. We are overwhelmed with how much material has been sent in, and I'm going to pretty much go in order and try to get everyone in. So, and when you do get picked for the week, you will get an email saying your song will be mentioned on Send Me Music Friday this week. So that way you won't miss it, and you're not going to be wondering what episode it's on and stuff like that. Also, check in the description below. There's tons of things that can help your music career out. Information that is golden, special services, and all that good stuff. So check it out.
And I will see you next time.